It's a great day to play. Great day to play. Great day to play. Great day to play.
No. Freeze rate.
How long were you doing it?
I don't know how long do you want to do.
Okay.
Ooh, we got the echo Z's on again.
Uh-oh.
That'll be pretty for all of you. It's a great day to play, everybody. I'm Tony the Tiger now.
Yep.
It's great.
Dude, you've been evolving into Tony the Tiger for the last 2 years.
So we're in Korea. There was a knockoff brand of cornflakes that were called Corn Flights. And Lauren found them and she went up to them and they're okay.
That's funny. That's funny.
Anyway.
Sense of humor.
Sense of humor. It's a great day to play, everybody. Welcome on into the channel. Whether it's your first time here, you are joining us. Thank you for being here with us today. You're loved, appreciated, always welcome here, and you are
Enough.
Today, we have some more unboxings. It's all pretty here, and we needed something that, for a podcast, we needed something that wasn't just one camera, but two cameras.
But
3 cameras, 4 cameras,
Okay.
however many cameras, and all the different angles, but I wanted them to all be able
But there's a limit to the camera.
to be done. There is 4.
Okay.
It's 4. It's
All right.
4.
All right.
But
Cool.
I wanted them to be recorded at once. Now, and maybe I can actually get like a screen grab of this to show you guys. Right now, we're actually recording with 2 cameras, right? We're recording with one in front of us and one on top of us, and we're recording that in OBS. But because they're both recording simultaneously, not only does it take a lot more computing processing power, right? But it also makes the file unbelievably large.
Yes.
When trying to edit it. So this guy is supposed to solve the problems where it can record all 4 at the same time. You can switch between them all at the same time, and on top of it, it will send all of them as separate files after, because you can actually not just record it like into an OBS, but you can record it directly onto a hard drive while you're doing it.
Wow, I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty
Cool.
sweet. So, I mean, we should probably show them though what it is,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
This is, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing it, the ATEM, ATEM. This is the Mini Pro ISO by Blackmagic. We had never had one before. We recently got a Blackmagic camera, which we'll be using soon. But we were looking for a video switcher. And essentially, for those of you who don't know, if you're here, you likely know exactly what this is. But if you're watching the channel just because you're like, hey, these guys are cool, and we just like them opening things because it's like ASMR.
ASMR.
Then, you know, what this does is it allows you to essentially, during live podcasting, if you want, be able to switch between camera views at the same time. We could be sitting there and we could have a camera on the left, camera on the right, camera up front, and you could switch between people in the different camera views live.
Yeah.
Generally, you need like a producer to do this, or you can do it yourself. But on top of it, it also will allow it to, on its own, record all of those devices at the same time.
And I believe,
really cool.
Back in the day, in the early 2000s, mid 2000s, 10s-ish, there used to be a thing called a TriCaster. I believe that's what it was called, and it was a big thing, and it was the buttons clink, 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 and it did the same thing as this tiny little guy does.
Yeah.
So.
And they still
cool.
have them. They're very, like, these can get really, really, really pricey as well. There were multiple versions of this. We are not being sponsored by them for this video, just FYI. This is something we bought ourselves, although if you're out there and you're listening and you would like to sponsor us, hey,
That'd be cool.
how's it going? How you doing?
That'd be cool.
You know, comments below, emojis to, you know, make sure that we can get a sponsor. But there are multiple different versions of this. But again, the reason that we went with this one, specifically this is the ISO version, was so we could record directly onto a disc as opposed to having to record into OBS. What's up?
We're gonna need a knife.
We need to open it.
Yeah.
We're gonna open it. We're gonna pick it open. Literally.
Are we gonna open it now? Is
Sure,
that
go
what
ahead.
we're doing?
Yeah. But yeah, so like I really, really, really wanted to make sure there is a smaller version of this, but again, it would take a lot of resources in OBS to be able to record all 4 at the same time. So this is just such a better way of doing it, plus the other functionality. So what's in it? I'm actually surprised. When this came, I thought this was gonna be bigger than this, so I'm really, really surprised because we just opened the Rodecaster in a previous video and it was like twice the size of this box.
Yes.
And I thought it was gonna be the other way around.
And like, how can it be so small when the Rodecaster does only audio and
I
it's
know.
like this big, and
I
this
know.
does 4K video 4 times.
Now, another thing. Oh, this also does come with DaVinci Resolve, which we don't use right now, but That's what all the Blackmagic stuff is.
Oh, very cool. I have no idea what that means.
That is not how you get a sponsorship, Lucas. But it's essentially Premiere Pro.
Oh, okay.
Premiere and Photoshop.
It's
It's
cool.
Premiere though. Yeah.
Cool. That's awesome.
Different.
I threw it for the joke. Okay.
He threw it for the joke, everybody. Different extensions in here for different countries, depending on.
That's kind of
what you're
cool.
doing. This is actually how the Blackmagic camera is. So yes. Power.
So if you're in different places, if you're in any of the places where your plugs look like this, you're good.
God, this thing is so small.
This is the tiniest form factor. And I've said this in the last one, but this one actually feels even more premium
That does
than the Rodecaster. It's very heavy. It's metal on the back here. It's obviously got some paint on it and stuff like that, but there's some ventilation because I'm sure it gets
probably gets
hot
pretty hot. So the biggest things about this one, and this was the really important pieces of this, and I think you guys can probably see from up here. I'll also show it here. But again, we talked about you have 4 clean HDMI outputs, which is what we'll need for the 4 cameras. But the 2 things that are really cool is this thing right here, which is the USB out. And this is basically what we bought this one for. Was you literally can just put in an external hard drive and set it and go. Then you also have the HDMI out, which can go out to either your computer or let's say that we were on the road and we were recording and we weren't gonna record it into OBS and we weren't feeding it into the computer. What we could then do is we could feed it into just any kind of, like they even make small mini monitors for these, like a 5-inch monitor. You could put it into an iPhone if you wanted to, do like the USB to our iPad. And you could literally use that to be your monitor if you were doing like a podcast on the road or something like that.
Wow.
So very cool. It does have some mic outs, which we'll be using the Roadcasters for the mic outs. We won't be really worrying about that.
What is the ATEM control? Control?
This is going to be kind of like, do you know how like on audio equipment when you can like link them up together?
Oh, okay.
So that's essentially what that is.
Cool.
If you want it, there's all kinds of different versions of this that if you wanted to link them through like Cat 5, Cat 6 cables, that you can do it that way.
And there's mic inputs as well. Very cool. So if we didn't have the Rodecaster, we could hook 2 mics in there and just have a good day with that.
Yeah. So
do a tango.
Really, I still like. Okay, I'm just gonna put this next to this. So again, because we did the size comparison before with the keyboard. You know what? Bring the Rodecaster out.
Here, hold on. I have a.
You have a cell phone. I have my
S21.
Here.
An S21 Plus.
And here's my iPhone. And it's not
much bigger than an iPhone.
Yeah. That's so crazy.
And it does all the things that it says it does.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, obviously, we don't know what all this stuff does.
We're gonna have to break into it because we've honestly, this will be the first time that we've ever used one. I did a little bit of research, obviously, to figure out what we needed it to do.
Picture mode, so you can just boop.
Yeah.
I want camera 1 and 2 together. Boop.
Yeah.
Which is probably what we might be doing in the moment right here.
Correct. Essentially what we would be doing right now. Yeah. And
wow.
I do know that, again, there's software programming, so you can program it that way. If you look over here, you can half and half it. You can slide stuff. Like, there's so many things.
Cut? These are transition buttons? Just so fun. Dude, this being like, transition to Josh's face. Transition to my face. Very cool.
This is why neither one of us will probably ever have this, though. We'll have somebody else behind the camera because it would just be both of us going.
Yeah. I'm talking now. I am talking now.
It would be Lucas's voice, but just a picture of a butt. For camera 3.
I am very impressed by how small the form factor is and how compact they ended up getting. Like, I want to know what's in here. Won't take it apart,
Please
promise. Don't. Got some rubber feet on the bottom. That's nice for. It's not going to move on you. But this is very cool. The buttons are a little clicky. I wasn't expecting that, but I guess they have to be so you know that you hit it.
Yeah.
Because it's like, then you know you hit it. Kind of feels kind of good.
I like that.
Let me just give you this.
Oh, that sounds so nice.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good stuff. Anyway, I'm really excited to dig into it. Please let us know before, because we will do a follow-up video once this is all set up and kind of show you guys a little bit more about what happens. If you guys have questions about this specifically and you want to know, ask them in the comments below so we can go and we can answer those questions when we do our follow-up video.
Yep.
Excellent. Well, thank you guys so much. I hope that you guys have been enjoying these. Please don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you have. You can check out all of our other stuff. If you're looking for other resources, we do offer free resources for streamers and workplaces, or maybe you're creating a vlog or you're going to be creating a podcast and you need some music for the background of that podcast. Don't forget, StreamStudios does provide copyright-free music that you guys can use. And it's truly copyright free. It's not that, hey, by the way, we're not going to ban you, but we are going to demonetize you. No. It's yours. You can use it. It's out there for you. So take advantage of that. All those things are in the description below. And if nobody told you that they love you today, don't forget that we love you. You're appreciated, always welcome here in this channel, and you are enough. And last but certainly not least,
it was a great day to play.
Thanks, guys. See you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm coming back.